Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by their 8th-year quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Second down and a yard. Purdy looking to throw. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Back-to-back good plays. Have them on the move on first down. Here's Purdy. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Now Purdy.
Holding offense.
So they decline the holding penalty and will take the down instead, as that leads us to 4th. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going at the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Into space at the 45. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Complete to Washington. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Back to throw here. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Give that sack to the Kobe Dean.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, How about throwing a wrench into the works? He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this will remain a scoreless game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 68 yards.
He comes into this one ranked 9th in the NFL in rushing. I think that every member of that offense knows exactly where he sits. You can see it from every one of them out there. They're all fully committed to making this a game where it really breaks free and climbs a couple of spots.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
At the 37-yard line.
Throwing here, Purdy. Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
At the Jaguars' 19-yard line.
Purdy now to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Brandon Ayuk hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Counter play. Here's Gibbs. taken down at the 42. The Jaguars at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 40. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Thomas has got it. Complete. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. They'll set up a throw. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And before the second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Washington. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So he stopped for no gain. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Brock Purdy and the offense back out there. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
2nd and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. Flush to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That is Joshua Hines-Allen working his way in for the sack. Here is 3rd and quite a ways. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Able to fight through one tackle. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jaguars offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's an early front runner for MVP in the NFL here in the first half of the season. As you can see, he's a league leader in passing yards at this stage of the game. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
And Thomas has it. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. In motion, the tight end. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Going underneath, Gibbs has it. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got an open man. It's Washington. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They'll look to throw again. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Back to throw again. This will be caught just inside the 10. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was a
touchdown, Jaguars. From 8 yards out, and the Jaguars will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle, and the lead is now 10-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. Slot man moves right. Purdy looking to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now Purdy. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Purdy. He's got Ayuk once again.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Going right side here, and that's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will knot us up at 10. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Jaguars offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Washington.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
2nd and 3. Finds Gibbs on the check down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Gibbs going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. 2nd and 1. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Jaguars have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense and Brandon Ayuk getting set for this next possession. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Throwing here, Purdy. And this is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
On first down, it's Casey. And he's got room. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Niners first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Purdy now to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
At the 15-yard line.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Here's 3rd and a few inches. Purdy. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Out to the right here to Wilson. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Back to throw, Purdy. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Looking to throw. Purdy. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And his kick here is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And he's got some space here. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
How good has he been throwing the football, though? I mean, despite that incompletion, that's just the third time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They're going to look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And the Jags are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Looking to throw. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point fourth-quarter lead. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Gibbs, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jags add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Shotgun now with Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They go play action here. Purdy. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw. Purdy. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Purdy, big 4th down play. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
4-yard pickup on the play. And the Jaguars 1st down.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Short throw caught by Pitts. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have a Jaguars first down, and that ought to be the one that seals the victory. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs.
And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Jahmyr Gibbs
with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year.
And the Jaguars have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those two TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Purdy. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Purdy sets up to throw again. Open man is Tucker.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 42.
Purdy from the gun. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, Purdy. Got a man, that's Ayuk.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Purdy looking to throw. Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. One last shot at the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Jags, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will head back